gasping. What was that? Who's there?
Rinki tries to see herself in the reflection of the door of the fridge. Then she sees someone's image behind her in the door of the fridge. She turns back in panic, but she does not see anyone behind her. But she definitely sees a smile made of blood on the wall.
Screaming, "Ah!"
Rinki screams and runs to her bedroom. Rinki was gasping for breath. As she tries to control her breath, she looks towards the wall and sees a face emerging on that wall, which had the same horrifying smile on its lips.
My mind is playing with me. All this is my illusion. Nothing is here. I think I need an injection.
Rinki gets restless and starts looking for her emergency kit. Then she sees Anuj standing behind her with an injection in his hand. Seeing him, she screams and starts running from there. Then while running, she gets a picture in her hand which she received from the courier some time ago, which she picks up and runs out of her house and starts driving the car here and there on the roads. Suddenly, she thinks of something and she drives the car towards Anuj's house.
You are Arjun's wife. Can you tell me how he suddenly started doing all this?
It was not sudden. He had mental issues for a long time. His father died in front of his eyes, and since then he had anxiety and depression. He got treated a lot and then he recovered. But then, suddenly his illness increased. Actually, Arjun was a professor in college. One of his students committed suicide in front of him, and since then all this started with him again.
What was the name of the student?
Aditya Thakur.
Rinki somehow finds out about that Aditya, and she finds out that the fourth photo that she has received from Korea is of Aditya. Some more shocking things came to light about Aditya, and that was that, like Anuj, Aditya has also suffered from depression and mental illnesses earlier.
Can I ask you one thing? Was there anyone in your house who died in front of Aditya's eyes?
No, nothing like that happened.
Rinki starts leaving after talking to Aditya's mother.
Listen, was it the death of any family member? Yes, but our dog Jerry died in front of him. Aditya loved Jerry very much. After his death, he was not well for a week. He had not even eaten food, Jerry. For him, it was not his stomach, but his brother.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me. Now I am beginning to understand little by little why all this is happening around me. This demon is just playing with my mind. I am just feeling strong. Doctor, are you okay? Why does your face look so dejected? I am fine. Let's go for a visit.
Rinki was visiting the patients' ward one by one, but today she could see all the patients looking at her with the same horrifying smile. Every now and then she would see horrifying faces around her, which would suddenly disappear from her like smoke. She would repeatedly feel as if someone was whispering in her ears in a horrifying voice. Rinki was constantly trying to ignore those voices and those faces, but this voice had become her destiny and was not ready to leave her.
Just tonight. Today you have to go. Today you have to go.
To get rid of those voices in her ears, Rinki leaves the hospital and goes back to her home. Rinki had not come to the hospital for the last 3 days. The hospital staff was constantly trying to call her phone number, but there was no response from her. Finally, her colleagues call the police and go to her flat, break the lock and enter the house. The scene inside is very horrifying. Rinki was lying on the floor soaked in blood. A knife was visible in the coffin. The entire house was locked from inside. Even then, the things in her room were scattered. A letter written by Rinki was kept on the table at a distance. The inspector picks up the letter and starts reading.
In this chain, only those people have died who already had some mental illness. Taking advantage of our weakness, this demon has captured our weak mind. In such a big hospital, Arjun gave up his life in front of me because I was the only one in whose past something happened which had a deep impact on my mind. At that time, that demon had captured Arjun's body. He did not die himself, but that demon killed him mercilessly. And after his death, now this curse has reached me. He is repeatedly coming to me and warning me that I also have very little time left. Due to whatever I saw in the past, I am already mentally weak. Whatever is happening to me since the last 2 days, no one will believe it. But it is true. That is, from Aditya, this curse reached Arjun, and now from Arjun to me. Now that demon is looking for its prey around me. As soon as it finds a person who has seen someone close to him die, then that demon will dominate me in front of that mentally weak person, and then he will take my life, so that this curse shifts to that person again. This is the dirty trick of that demon. This chain will never break in this way. People will keep dying one by one, and the hunger of this demon will keep increasing like this. Someone will have to try to stop it. I thought a lot, and I understood that in the end this demon kills its prey and takes it with it. If I kill myself before it kills me, then perhaps this curse will end. My end is certain. Before that demon kills me and passes on this curse to someone else, this letter was written.
Perhaps before she could write anything further, Rinki had already faced her death. Very disturbing scenes were captured in the CCTV installed in Rinki's room. While writing, suddenly Rinki starts screaming loudly out of fear. The winds were blowing so fast in her room that her hair stood up in the air. The dream was clearly visible on Rinki's face. She was looking around in panic when suddenly Rinki screams with all her might, and after that, like a mad person, she started picking up the things from the room and throwing them here and there. Her hair was in the air. It seemed as if some invisible power had caught her by her hair and was dragging her out of the room. Suddenly, she picked up the knife kept on the ring table and cut her hands with it. Rinki's body had fallen on the ground lifeless. The last time Rinki's face was seen in the CCTV, she was smiling in a scary way, and within a few moments, she died. This case is very mysterious. Was Dr. Rinki really under the influence of a demon, or was she being a psychiatrist herself battling mental illness? Rinki's death left many questions behind, but now it remained to be seen whether the curse has really ended or the demon has found its next victim. If you liked this story, then subscribe to us. Music.